Hi, in this video, we're going to be talking about troubleshooting and repairing your computer with some of the more common Windows system tools. So if you're having, specific types of errors such as crashes, computer not starting, freezing up, and that type of thing, these are the go-to tools. But there is a certain way to use these tools, and the order is also important. So we're going to be talking about this today. So the ones we're going to be talking about is the CHKDSK tool, DISM, and SFC. So many people will just use these independently or use them in the wrong order. So we're going to talk about the correct way to do so. All right, so why is this so often misused? So all these are considered repair tools. You could run them all from the same command prompt, but each one of these targets a different layer of Windows. So that's the key point there. So depending on what's going on with your computer, or depending on what you think is going on with your computer, will determine which one you run. And of course, you could run all three if necessary. And if you just run these willy-nilly, then sometimes it'll fix the symptoms, but not the cause of the problem itself. All right, so when we troubleshoot Windows corruption, it's important to think in layers and always repair from the bottom up. So first we have the disk and file system, which is the physical integrity of the data itself. So if the disk has errors, anything built on top of it can break again. So then next we have the Windows image. So this is essentially Windows' internal blueprint of how the OS is supposed to look. And if that blueprint is damaged, Windows can't reliably repair itself. And then finally, we have the actively running system files, which are the components Windows is using right now as you're running Windows. So tools like SFC make the most sense here, but only after we've made sure that the lower layers are healthy. Otherwise, you're fixing symptoms instead of the actual cause. All right, so let's first talk about CHKDSK. So it's spelled out CHKDSK. So when you run the command, that's how you spell it. So this is the tool we use to validate the health of the disk and the file system itself. So this is the lowest layer of Windows repair. If data on the disk is damaged or the file system metadata is inconsistent, higher level tools like DISM or SFC can't work reliably. So CHKDSK focuses on finding the structural problems and, depending on how we run it, fixing logical errors or identifying physical disk issues. So we're going to be running all three of these commands after we go through them real quick, and that way you can kind of see them in action, even though they're not super exciting to watch. All right, so running CHKDSK with just the drive letter, which we have here. This performs a read-only scan. It checks the file system for inconsistencies, but doesn't make any changes. So this you could run while Windows is running. And then we also have this newer version here with the /scan. So this will run with the disk mounted. So this one and these other two lock the disk when you run it, and this one doesn't. So you can still kind of do your work while it's running. All right, then we have the F switch. So this /F, this is called a switch. So this tells CHKDSK to actually fix file system errors. So this addresses logical corruption, such as incorrect file indexes, broken directory entries, or mismatched metadata, for example. So because it modifies the disk structure, Windows often needs to schedule this at the next reboot if the drive is in use. So when you try and run this from the command line, you'll get that message, and then when you restart the computer, it'll start before Windows loads. And then the same goes for /R. So the R switch goes a step further by checking every sector on the disk for physical damage, and then it attempts to recover readable data and marks bad sectors so Windows won't use them again. So for our demo, we will be running the scan one here so you can see how that works. All right, then we have DISM. So this is the tool we use to repair Windows at the operating system image level. So instead of fixing files that are actively running, what DISM will do is focus on the underlying Windows image, which is essentially the blueprint Windows uses to know what healthy looks like. So if that image is damaged, Windows Update, future installs, and even SFC could fail. So DISM restores that blueprint so Windows can repair itself correctly again. So here is the command we will be using here. So there are different switches for this as well, but this is one of the more common ones. All right, then we have SFC, the system file checker. So this is the final repair step and works at the highest level, which are the system files Windows is actively using right now. So once the disk is healthy and the Windows image is repaired, then you could use SFC to scan those protected files, compare them against the known good versions in the component store, and then replace anything that's missing or corrupted. So we have the scan now, which is the one we're going to use, and you could run this one as well, which will only verify if there are any issues and show you information, but not actually fix anything. So you could use this command to see if there's actually anything wrong before actually trying to repair it itself. All right, so why does the order matter when you run these? All right, so let's go down the line here. So disk corruption causes repeated failures. So if the disk or file system is corrupt, then Windows may keep breaking the same files over and over. So you could run the repair tool successfully, but the underlying storage errors will just recorrupt the data later, which leads to recurring crashes, update failures, and boot problems. All right, then we have the next one here. Corrupt Windows image causes SFC to fail. So SFC relies on the Windows image as its source of known good files. So if that image is corrupted, SFC either won't be able to replace damaged files or will replace them with already broken versions, which makes the repair incomplete or ineffective. And then we have running SFC first only fixes things temporarily. So if you run this first, sometimes it can make things look better, but that's often a short-term fix. So without repairing the disk and the Windows image underneath, the same system file issues tend to come back after reboots, updates, or just normal use. All right, then finally, down at the bottom here, we have correct order fixes the root cause. So if you follow the correct order, disk first, image second, system files last, this addresses the actual source of the problem instead of just the symptoms. That's what leads to stable, long-lasting repairs instead of repeated troubleshooting. All right, so here's our correct repair order, just to summarize here. So this is assuming there's nothing wrong with your disk. So when disk issues are suspected or confirmed, the repair order becomes critical. All right, so here's our correct repair order, assuming you don't have any disk issues. So for most Windows 11 problems, DISM first to repair the Windows image, and then SFC to repair the system files. All right, so when does check disk come first? So when disk issues are suspected or confirmed, the repair order becomes critical. So in these cases, check disk must come first to stabilize the storage layer before Windows image and system file repairs can work reliably. So it's pretty much the same order, you're just adding check disk at the top there to run first. All right, so what are some common mistakes that people often do? So running SFC first every time, ignoring the disk corruption, or assuming one tool will fix everything. Sometimes that's the case, but many times it's not. And then also repeating these commands without verification that they actually worked. All right, so what is the final takeaway here? So repair Windows from the bottom up, fix the disk issues first, repair Windows image second, then repair the system files last. So the correct order equals lasting fixes. All right, so now let's hop on a command prompt here and try some of these out. All right, so we're going to run these as administrators. So we're going to search for CMD. Then you could click on Run as Administrator here, or also right-click on it, Run as Administrator, either one. Say yes to the UAC prompt. All right, so the first one we're going to run is the check disk space drive letter. So if it's not the C drive you're working on, change it to the appropriate letter. Put the colon, space, forward slash, and then scan. Then we'll just press enter here. Right, tells us the file system is NTFS, which is expected. So examining the basic file system structure. So this could take a couple minutes. So if it takes too long here, I'll just pause and be back when it's done. Okay, so the process is complete here. So we can see the different stages. Stage one, examining the basic file system structure. So we have 0 bad file records parsed. In stage two, examining file name linkage. And then stage three, examining security descriptors. And it's found no problem, so that's good. No further action is required. And then it gives you some details about the disk space here. 0K in bad sectors, that's good. Tells us our free space, total disk, and so on. All right, let's clear out the screen here. We'll try the next one. So CLS will clear the screen. All right, so now we're going to run DISM space /online /cleanup -image /restore health. Press enter here. So the same thing applies here. If it takes too long, I will pause it or fast forward it, and then we'll see the results. By the way, when you're running DISM, you might notice that it gets stuck on about 62% or so. So this is normal, and even Microsoft knows about this, so don't worry about this. And this can take 10 to 20 minutes on a healthy system and even longer on an unhealthy system, so keep that in mind as well. All right, so we're at 100% here, but it's not quite finished with the results, so it might kind of stick here as well. All right, so it says the restore operation completed successfully, so that's good. Otherwise, it would tell you if it had to repair anything, so it didn't find any problems. All right, so let's move on to our last command here. So clear the screen. And now we're going to run an SFC /scan now, all one word. Press enter. So this could take some time as well. All right, so it's starting the verification process, so this will take a few minutes. All right, 100%. So let's see what we got here. Let's see, Windows Resource Protection found corrupt files and successfully repaired them. Details are included in the CBS log file located at the Windows directory logs, cbs.log. All right, let's check that out here. Let's go to the Windows drive here. And this scan took quite a bit of time, by the way. And now we know why, because it was repairing some errors here. All right, so now we need to look for logs, CBS. I got CBS log. All right, so here's all of our information about it. So obviously a lot of this is not going to make sense. So this would be something you could send to somebody who might be better at analyzing it if you can't figure out what's going on based on what you see in the log here. And you can see it's quite a long file too. You might even be able to run it through your favorite AI tool and have it analyze it for you as well. All right, so there is your overview of CHKDSK, DISM, and System File Checker. So as you can see, it is important to run them in a certain order, and you have some options for switches and that kind of thing when it comes to running these tools. All right, so if your computer's having some issues, you could try these tools out and see if it fixes it for you. All right, thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe.